What was 1997 known for? With the 20th century coming to a close and a new century on the horizon, the year 1997 was full of notable events. There was one highly notable event in the field of literature this year. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published in the United Kingdom. It was Rowling's debut novel and it was the first book in the famous Harry Potter series. This fantasy series of 7 books became a global phenomenon, launching a massively popular franchise of film adaptations, prequels, and even theme park attractions. In the field of television, The Simpsons aired its 167th episode, making it the longest-running animated series in history. This was the year that Australian animal expert Steve Irwin's show, The Crocodile Hunter, premiered. 1997 was also the year that the famous animated series, South Park, created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, made its debut on Comedy Central. The show quickly became a national, and international, sensation and steadily developed into a great medium of social satire and commentary on life in America. There was a very important scientific advancement made this year as well. Scientists in Scotland announced the first cloned mammal, cloned from an adult cell, a sheep called Dolly. While the announcement sparked intense debate on the ethical limits of science in general, and on cloning in particular, the significance of the achievement is undeniable. While there were many noteworthy events this year, 1997 will no doubt always be remembered, in part, due to 2 major deaths that shook the world. This was the year that Diana, Princess of Wales, and wife of Charles, Prince of Wales, Queen Elizabeth II's eldest child and heir apparent, died tragically in an automobile crash. Diana had captured the imagination of the world with her beauty, grace, and her prolific charity work. Another passing also shook the world. This was the year that Mother Teresa of Calcutta died after struggling with heart problems for many years. Mother Teresa was known around the world for her piety and especially for her charity work in some of the most impoverished corners of the world. The Roman Catholic Church canonized her as a saint in 2016, and she officially became Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Key world leaders of 1997. Who was the U.S. president in 1997? In 1997, Bill Clinton, Democrat, was the President of the United States. His term spanned from January 20, 1993 to January 20, 2001. During his presidency, the U.S. experienced its longest peacetime economic expansion, though he was impeached over a personal scandal. Who was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in 1997? In 1997, Sir John Major, Conservative, was the UK Prime Minister until May 2, 1997. On May 2, 1997, Tony Blair, Labour, was appointed as the new UK Prime Minister. Who was the Pope in 1997? The leader of the Catholic Church in 1997 was Pope St. John Paul II, who had held the papacy since 1978. During his long pontificate, he played a key role in the fall of communism in Eastern Europe, expanded interfaith dialogue, and was a strong advocate for human rights. What was the #1 song in the USA in 1997? The #1 song in the USA in 1997, i.e. the best-selling and most popular song of the year, was How Do I Live by Leanne Rimes. What was the #1 song in the UK in 1997? The #1 song in the UK in 1997, i.e. the best-selling and most popular song of the year, was I'll Be Missing You by Puff Daddy and Faith Evans. What was the most popular movie in 1997? The most popular movie and box office hit was Funny Games by Michael Haneke. Funny Games, directed by Michael Haneke, starring Suzanne Lothar, Ulrich Muhe, Arno Frisch, Frank Gearing. Country: United States of America. Outline: 2 violent young men take a mother, father, and son hostage in their vacation cabin and force them to play sadistic games with one another for their own amusement. What was the best-selling book in 1997? Cold Mountain, written by Charles Frazier. Outline: Charles Frazier's debut novel Cold Mountain, published in 1997, made publishing history. It reached the top of the New York Times bestseller list for 61 consecutive weeks. It also won many literary awards including the National Book Award.